Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. I think I want to buffer these guys a bit. I don't know. I mean, everything's been looking okay. The system has been working. But these empty barrels are starting to back up a bit, which is not optimal to what I'm wanting to accomplish here. So let's put a little bit of a let's take this guy out. Oh wow, you are kind of load bearing there. Let's turn you into a passive provider, and we'll put our requester right here. And I want to request these. I want to request all of them. And I want you to grab them and buffer them. Problem is even though there's a buffer, there's not a very big buffer. We stack that. Let's turn that into just a regular one, and we'll do a double buffer, like so. Garbage. And that is 480. All right, so that'll buffer up. So what I'm wanting to do is basically just run a little bit of a recycling system. I want to split that off, and I want to put a filter on empty barrels on the right. So all of our empty barrels are going to go that way, and everything else going to come up here. Too much trash in my inventory. Okay, you guys are going to come up. Let's see, we can sneak one of these guys into here. Nope, we can't. That's fine if it's only on one side. Okay, this is going to come up and go across like this. You are going to come down like that. You are going to split off here. Go underneath. So any extra petroleum barrels will filter off right here. So petroleum on the right. Any extra lubricant barrels will filter off here. So lubricant on the right. And that should just leave water barrels that will go and stack on that side. And we want these to be on a very specific side of the belt. I want to be on that side. Okay, just like that. All right, let's go set up our other side of the bus so that we can see that happen. Yeah, it's one of the. I wanted to have. I like to have this side right here set up so that I can drive a car down it. And getting the power poles out here to put the logic down here was preventing that. But due to how far we can stretch these with the large power poles, it actually worked out fairly well. All right, so that's going to come up. And we just want to set up something here where all of this excess just goes and turns around. And really, that right there would do it, right? We just do something like this so that it packs a little bit tighter. Okay, still not getting a lot of petroleum up here. A little bit of a petroleum shortage. So we may have to buffer a little bit more. This one looks fine. You look fine. Might want to increase that petroleum buffer a little bit. And I'm also thinking we need to also make a modification down here real quick before all that stuff gets back. That we need an arithmetic combinator right here. And we need anything times -1. Output each. And that is going to be a red wire on this line feeding into that. Because we want to subtract anything that wasn't used but is coming back on this. And we don't want to enable disable anything. We just want to read the belt contents. All right, and it'll take a while for that to come back. While that's working, let's go ahead and start doing a little bit of a belt upgrade project. And let's increase this to 500. All right, here comes these guys. Let's take a look and see how the system works here. Oh, why are you not getting petroleum? Why are we not getting petroleum? Because we're not getting crude oil. Why are we not getting crude oil? Because we are out of power. All right. Important safety tip. Now we're getting crude oil. we're getting petroleum. Unfortunately, we're using petroleum just as fast as we can. Fast as we can make it. That's okay. Have faith in the system. Have faith in the math. It will work just fine. It'll take it a while to catch up, but I'm sure it'll work out in the end. Always does. Okay, let's go ahead and get all of this stuff upgraded. Alright, I may do most of this in between episodes, because this isn't a lot of fun, I know, to watch. I keep thinking that a vanilla upgrade solution has to be coming soon. I mean, I know there's mods for it, upgrade planner and the like. Those are good. But I just feel like it's a blaring hole in vanilla right now, especially with the changes made to the way that belts are replaced. That kind of actually made upgrading a little bit more of a nightmare than what it was before. All right, we'll just update that to that right now. Let's go just kind of take a look at things, see how they are. Have a nice little buffer of petroleum and lubricant there. System appears to be working. Let's see, what's next? Up here, got a petroleum buffer. That is just shooting through. Our lubricant is coming back around. Okay, I think we're requesting like 100 or maybe 200 lubricant barrels on the system, but we're only using 50 right now. Well, 50, we're using 100. So we may lower that buffer to 50. I think that would make sense. Same with water. What are you reading right now? 13. Requesting water. There should be some water on the system based on that. Yeah, here it comes right here. Okay, so yeah, that's working. Our recycling system appears to be working as well. The only thing that's going to mess that up is if we back up on barrels. But we have room for another buffer if that is ever needed. Aren't you working? Oh, you are working. It's just... okay. And we're actually getting a buffer of petroleum here. Excellent. Okay, we can go ahead and pull up these guys. We'll leave those there so that they can empty out. Those are all emptying there. We have a requester here that is requesting empty barrels, so we can send all this stuff into the trash, and it will go where it needs to go. Those get filtered out, they come around. And those, if they get backed up, will block the machines making, which is precisely what we need. All right, I think that actually works out a little bit better than I was hoping. A little bit better. In between, I'll go ahead and update all of this to red belt and get that moving. All right, how are things like over here? That is all backed up. Assume this is all backed up as well. How is this stuff? All backed up, looking good. Partially, I think a lot of that is due to the fact that a lot of this stuff, we're not creating anything. That would help as well. Let's do the blue belt. We'll get the blue belt. That'll get science churning. And we'll get some of this stuff utilized. Excellent. Well, let's see. What do we need to do now? We got some outposts set up, so we're sitting pretty there. We've got this barrel system managed a little bit better. So I think it's gonna work out well. We'll just see. We'll see how it works over time. And what else do we have? What else do we need? We're not at like rocketry already, right? Clear bombs. We could probably use a little bit better. We've got requester chests now. I think it is probably time that we go and get both a supply train as well as a building train up and formally running, as well as blue belt, as well as power armor. Anything combat robot damage? Yeah, maybe we need some robot damage. Get a little bit better robot damage going. Yeah, I think we need to set up a formal building train as well as recyclers for things like the iron ore and copper ore and all this other trash that ends up in my inventory. Like this plan, I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it, and we will get to that in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you then. Have a good one.